Hey everyone, how's it going? Elliot here again. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a couple of portable pocket arcades. So I picked these two up from Amazon very recently. This one over here is £20 and this one is £15. And I believe right now they're actually reduced, which is the reason why these are kind of a good deal. Well, I don't know if they're going to be good deals yet, but this I think retailed was £30 and this was probably, I can't remember what this one was, maybe 20 something, which isn't exactly the most attractive price considering that £30 would get you a Game Boy with a few games as well. So for £20, it's kind of a little bit better, and also there's loads of deals on Amazon all the time. So it said Arcade Classic on it, and I thought that's quite good. They're not trying to rip off, it's not saying like popular titles or anything, and I can see here that there's some kind of sprites on the side that aren't associated with games like Nintendo games like Super Mario and etc. So hopefully what we're going to see on here is some actual original games, and that would be really, really nice for us to see because it's been a while. So it looks quite interesting. Obviously it's going for some sort of a Game Boy design, but that's where this one comes in, and they're both made obviously by the same company, Fizz Creations, I believe it says at the bottom there, which is quite cool. It takes 3 AAA batteries, and there's some pictures of the games on the back. This one has 150 and then this one has 200. Be careful when using scissors because you can do a lot of damage with scissors, so just be careful. I do want to keep this light-hearted, but we're all about safety here on the Retro Future. So immediately you can definitely tell that it's got some sort of a Game Boy design to it, and it's going to need a screwdriver, which I don't have on me right now, so that's a little bit annoying. We've already opened this one. So now let's have a look at this one. So we'll pop that out. We've also got a... Oh my god, that is adorable. That is absolutely adorable. The size of that. Oh wow, and the D-pad feels blooming great. Oh my goodness me, that is actually genuinely adorable. It's like a tiny little DMG Game Boy. It's so small. Look at it compared to a AAA battery. Oh man, that's really, really cute. It's really nice when you see companies obviously trying to jump in on the bandwagon of retro, but at the same time they're sort of keeping it slightly original. You can definitely tell that they've gone for a DMG Game Boy vibe, but not so much that it offensively rips off the DMGs. It's seriously a super small little design. Wow, so it says Supreme 150. We've got some menu music. Speaker on the back, on and off button on the top, nice little bit of grip. It's a really nice little design. It's like a tiny little kind of Game Boy Micro type thing. So we've got Matchstick Man, Tank War, Seacross, I guess that's what that is, Football, Gang Tie 3, The Agent. So these definitely look like original games, which is really, really exciting. So instantly I'm thinking this is going to be quite a lot of fun. On a bus, just chucking it in your pocket or something and seeing if there's actually any fun games on there. So I guess what we'll do is I'll find one that looks attractive to me. So The Agent sounds quite cool. Let's go ahead and press start on that. So we do have a sound button on here as well. Usually there's just a few different levels of sound and a mute as opposed to like an actual volume wheel. So that's pretty decent. We'll just keep it right around about there. So this first game is, I just played a little bit before. So this first game is a little bit like a kind of a duck hunt type thing where you're shooting in the distance. I imagine maybe some enemies are going to come past. Oh, there we go. Oh, decent. Okay, we won't play too much of that because it's pretty standard, but the graphics look surprisingly good. And bear in mind as well, this is 15 quid. Mars Mission, that sounds quite exciting. Oops. Oh, so I guess you're shooting the enemies on this one, maybe? What do you have to do on this one? Oh, okay, yeah, so you do destroy it. So it's kind of like a boss level on a space shoot 'em up kind of game. where you're shooting the enemies and dodging their bullets, which is quite decent. They do take quite a lot of damage though. So yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this more than like a low FPS Super Mario Bros. Copy or something. It's just a little bit more original, and you don't know what you're going to expect on each of the different games. It seems quite competent. The screen's definitely a high enough quality that it's not painful on the eyes. It's certainly not like exceptional, but we have definitely seen worse. It's really nice seeing original designs and original games. You know, it's rare. It's becoming quite rare. We did see a few in the past, but these seem to be more and more rare now. You're just getting like everything that just mimics some sort of an existing console, and then just putting games that we've all seen before. So there we go. That's the first one then. That was the Arcade Classic Mini Handheld Arcade 150 games. So let's go ahead and check the other one out. So here is the Gameboy Clock in comparison then to this. Obviously you can see it's a lot smaller. The colours are pretty similar to the original one. This one is blimmin' tiny and it's super, super cool. I absolutely love this thing. Really, really cool. I'm going to carry this around with me quite a lot. It's really nice. I reiterate this point. It's nice having a console with games on it that you're not actually sure what they are, as opposed to just like crappy ROM hacks and poor ROM translations, I guess, as well. So it's quite a nice little console. But let's go ahead and check this one out. It's got a little screen protector on there and a lanyard strap. The screen's quite a lot bigger on this one, maybe almost double in size. It's about the same size as a DMG in terms of width, and a little bit smaller in terms of height, although that's probably not an accurate thing to compare it to. We've got a reset button and a start button. We've got a volume button on the side, our power switch on the top, which is also in red, mimicking this old little one here as well. We've got a somewhat fake cartridge slot, speakers on the back, and the little grip on the side. So let's go ahead and turn this one on. Similar intro, but it says Supreme 200 this time, which is a little bit different. Obviously the last one said Supreme 150. Quite eerie music. So this one's got its own little menu screen of the different types of games on here. So we've got action, racing, sport, puzzle, fighting, and shooting. So this is quite interesting because I'm not a massive fan of sports games or shooting games, but I love puzzle games, action games, and racing games are always just fun. So then we've got a slightly different menu screen as well. This is super original, definitely haven't seen this before. So it looks like it's just got a load of original titles again, just like the other one. So there's going to be quite a lot of fun to be had looking through at each of those. And there is 79 different action games. So let's go ahead and play that one right there, Zero Gravity. Hopefully we're going to see, you know, a multitude of good games as opposed to just some crap games. And I'm not really sure. You have to knock into... okay. So you have to knock into the enemies, but you don't want them to hit your little bubble, and you don't want to go in the water. Is what I'm discovering here. It's quite difficult, which is good. You always want a little bit of difficulty. There's a bubble there, which I just collected and got some more points or something. You do want difficulty, but you don't want... you know, absurd difficulty. There you go, I passed that level and then we're on to the next one. So that's a pretty decent game. Bearing in mind that's at the bottom of the list. Hopefully we're actually going to see some good games throughout the whole thing. Let's go ahead and have a look at Devil'd'n Doom Start. Interesting title. Kind of a puzzle maze type game. And you have some sort of... I did have something to shoot with, but now I don't seem to have that anymore. So what do I have to do to get that back? Do I have to go down here and pick up this? There we go, yeah, okay. So now we can shoot the enemies. Maybe you've got limited bullets or something, which is why I ran out before. I seem to have... There we go, okay, so... Oh, I'm really not sure what's going on this one. Quite a confusing one, but it's a bright enough screen. Nice colours, and the D-pad feels excellent, like superb. Actually almost as good as, if not better, the original DMG, and that is saying something. So this is a game that looks slightly more graphically challenging than some of the other ones we've seen. So you seem to be playing this little bear, I'm not really sure what that is, monkey or something, and it's a kind of a platformer. You don't want to fall into the water, similar to sort of like a a Mario level or something. Really quite an attractive little game. Decent enough music, a little bit repetitive, but visually a little bit better than some of the other ones that we've seen. Here's a game called F22, which really looks like some sort of old arcade classics. There's some really weird visual effects going on the screen through my camera, but I can assure you that that's not actually on the actual screen of the console itself. I mean, it's definitely quite hard to review these things and show all the games. Plus, I might have shown you like a particular selection of bad games. It would have been nice to have found a couple of slightly more storyline-based games potentially, as opposed to all just like repetitive games with different levels. But that being said, I guess in conclusion to this, there's definitely some decent games and plenty of time to be had finding some half-decent games on here to play. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's been slightly different to the usual ones we've looked at. They're not really Game Boy rip-offs as such visually. Obviously they're trying to go for that aesthetic, but it's nice to see stuff that isn't like just really cheap Chinese crap with poor ROM loaded onto them. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Let me know what you think of these things in the comment section below, and I'll leave these in the description if you want to go and check them out. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.